Okay, hello everyone. So I hope you all have seen the video that I have made related to the conditional statement. So based on conditional statement, I have covered the theoretical part as well as we have talked a lot about practical aspects also. Now in this session, I'm going to cover looping. So there are a different type of loop for which purpose we will use the concept of loop and so all the theoretical concept we will cover in that particular session. And in the next session, I will talk about the practical aspects that how to execute the concept of loop in Python. So let's start. So loop, if you will talk or if you will see the definition, the purpose of loop is to repeat some portion of the program. Many times we have seen when we people are doing programming, so there is a requirement that I want to repeat some portion of the program two times, times, 50 times, or you can say the n number of times. So to repeat the same portion of the program many times, uh, loop is a very important concept. For example, suppose I want to print my name 10 number of times. So there are two ways to run that particular part. The first thing that I will write the print statement 10 number of times, that print, and then in double inverted comma Rajiv Srivastava, print again double inverted comma Rajiv Srivastava. So it will take a lot of time, and it's a case of 10 times. If somebody will say print your name 100 times, then to write the print statement 100 number of times, it will unnecessarily make our program lengthy, or you can say complex. And so to avoid all such type of things, we will use the loop concept. So let's see how we will execute that particular part. So while using the concept of loop, there is a one very important function which we need to use again and again. So you can see the name of that particular function is a range function. So from name it is clear that I am going to talk on the range of numbers that will start from some specific position and end at some specific position. So if somebody will ask what is range function, so our answer will be functions that return a sequence of number will be a range. And as you can see that this particular function is very useful when we people use loop, or when we people will use the concept of loops. So let's see how let's see more how we will use that particular range function. So suppose there is a problem in which I want to print numbers from 0 to 99. So let's see how we will use a loop concept with the help of a range function to print number from 0 to 99. Where the concept is very simple, we will write the for I in range 100. So if you would try to understand, so range 100, what the range 100 function will do. So here you can say, here the range value will be 0 to 99, means the number will start from 0 to whatever number you have given, n minus 1, means the number produced by the range function will be from 0 to 99. So again I am repeating, whatever number you people will give, it will be considered up to n minus 1. So, so how that particular function will execute? Firstly, it will take first number from the range, and you can say that in that particular case, the first number will be 0. So it will take 0 and in I variable, and the next you can say I have written print I. So 0 will be printed, then it will take the next number which will be generated by the range function, that will be 1. Then in I 1 will be stored, so 1 will be printed, and that process will goes on and on. So the output, you can understand, will be all the numbers that from 0 to 99. So in this way, we can print any number or the range of any particular number by using that range function. Here the important thing you people need to notice that after the for statement, colon symbol is compulsory, and the next statement which you want to attach with for statement must be after some indentation. So whenever you will write any particular statement uh, without indentation, then that function will be considered outside the for loop. So if you want to connect one or two or three statements, so all two, three statements should be written after indentation. Okay, so that you need to remember, because in looping the important thing is that how many statement I want to connect with the loop. So whatever the statement you will write after indentation, uh, after colon symbol will automatically connected with the for loop. Means whenever that particular value will be true, all these statements will be executed. So we will see, we will cover that part in practical aspects. So there you people will be able to understand more that particular concept. Let's take one more example. So suppose I want to print number from 10 to 49. So now there is so by default the starting number will be 0, or we can say if you will provide the single number, if you will provide the single number like in this case, so it will consider the initial number 0 and the last number will be n minus 1. But if I want to change the initial number, then we will provide that particular number. So here you can say I have used the range function with two values, that is 10 and 50. Here it will start from number 10 and it will end by n minus 1, means the up to 49. So again, if you will execute that particular program, you will see it will print numbers from 10 to 49. Why? Because the start number is 10 and 50, so it will, the range will produce number up to n minus 1, that is up to 49. So after executing that particular for statement or for loop, sorry, it will print number from 10 to 49. Now there is a one more case. Suppose I want to print the table of 2. So here you can see I have taken I want to print the table of 2. So we know very well that in table of 2, the first number which will be produced will be 2, because 2 to the 4, 2 3 is 6, 2 4 is 8, up to 2 10 is 20. Means the first initial number will be 2 and the number will be 20, and each number will be increased by 2. So you can say 2 to the 4, 2 to the 6, 2 to the 4, 2 4 the 8, and so on. So here you can see we require three argument. So first we will give from where we want to start. So we want to start from 2. Then we will think about the end number. So you can see the end number will be 20. So that's why I have written end number 21, because it will execute up to n minus 1. And then the last number will give the increment part. So here, since we want to print the table of 2, so every time the number will be incremented by 2. So it will execute like, so firstly 2 will be passed on to the I, 2 will be printed, then 2 will be incremented into, so you can say 2 plus 2 4, so 4 will be printed, then again 2 will be incremented, then 6 will be printed, then 8 will be printed, and this will goes on up to 20. So in this way that particular loop will be executed, and you can say the table from 2 to 20, or you can say the table of 2 will be printed. Those who have learned C and C++ language, so if you want to connect, so here the same loop will work like this. If you will try to recall, in for loop we will give I equal to 2, then I less than equal to 21, the I equal to I plus 2, this is the increment part. So in the similar way, the starting number will go there, that is 2, and the number will go here, that is 21, and the increment part will go to there. So everything will remain same, but you can say the syntax is quite easy as compared to C, C++. We need not to write %d, we need not to write the semicolon, etc. So it's very simple starting and increment part. So similarly, if I want to print the table of 5, so starting number will be 5, then the last number will be 51, and here the increment part will be 5. It's very simple. You can print the table of any particular number in 2 lines. So it's quite simple. Next, there is one more loop. You can say that is the while loop. So here uh, the things are very simple. The first statement will be 0, that is we will initialize the loop. Then the second, that will be condition. So condition means while I is less than 10. So again the colon symbol is similar one. After every like for loop, here also we need to write a colon symbol, then print I and I plus plus. So here you can say I have given indentation in two statements. So here the important thing need to understand that these two statements are connected with that particular while loop. Means whenever that particular condition becomes true, both the statement will execute. So let's see how it will execute. I equal to 0, 0 less than 10, condition is true. So we will enter into the loop, print I, 2 will be printed, and then 0 will be incremented by 1, then I becomes 1. Again it will go back, it will check 1 is less than 10, again condition is true, print I, 1 will be printed, again 1 will be incremented by 1, then it becomes 2. So this process will goes on, and the values from 0 to 9, you can see here the output will be printed. And when after 9 the I value will increment to 10, again it will go to condition part, 10 is less than 10, then the condition becomes false and we will come out from the loop. So out from the loop means we will directly go to that particular part. Please just below the I plus statement, if something written, the program control will go to that particular statement. If nothing is written, the program will be terminated like in this particular case, and you can say we will get output from 0 to 9. So in this way, the loop will be executed. The important concept which you need to understand that whatever be the loop, the three conditions are most important. First thing we need to know from where the loop will start. Second important, we need to know where it will end. And the third important thing is what is the increment part in the initial number. If these three things are clear to us, we can easily apply the loop concept. So whenever you want to apply the concept of loop, so kindly try to find out three things: initial part, end part, and the increment part. So all the best. So I hope that the concept is clear to all of you. So in the next session we will try to execute all these concepts in on Jupyter notebook, and then the things will be more clear. So okay, bye bye. All the best.